Okay, hey y'all, turn your background just a little bit.
Hey, say it
Hey,
again.
so today we're gonna talk about Sisters, Jim Jones, Haley, DDG, Sister Act 3, and Love and Marriage Huntsville is back. So we're gonna be talking about that too. Um, I want to get into Sisters first. Then we could talk about Jim Jones, Haley, Sisters, and then we can end with Love and Marriage. Cool.
Cool.
So, I'm very excited that Andy finally grew a pair because she was beyond irritating with the whole timidness of it all. I'm happy she kind of grew a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Normally, yeah, just like you said, she is so timid and so afraid. To be attorney, she should have some But in
Right.
her personal life, it's just she just allows things to happen.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why that is. And when Gary Lapdog grabbed her, she wasn't shocked enough for me.
No, she wasn't. She should have did a Danny. She should have channeled either Danny or Fatima.
Yeah. She should have like screamed to the hills
Right.
when that happened, child.
And then that security guard, where did he come from? I mean, was that supposed to be comedy relief or what?
Yeah, that was just a random character because you're not supposed to leave. Like,
Right. Talking about
you're
he
supposed to have a replacement.
right. Talking about he went to go get him something to eat and just
Tyler Perry is.
right, very Tyler Perry. Talking about the food and you know,
Then
not
you showing
nervous.
paperwork to somebody, you don't even know if that's the actual person.
Right. Didn't ask for no ID from Robin. I mean what the guy,
Mm-hmm.
to see if he was
Really who he said he was. He kind of just took his word.
right, just took his word for it.
Oh, mess. And when it came to Fatima and Robin, my thing is, why was it so important that you understood why she was having that, why she was calling Andy? And then Fatima, why are you in the lobby trying to be secretive?
Right.
Like, what do you mean? You
Don't she
got a
have
whole office you can go to.
that's what I'm about to say. Don't she have a whole entire office?
You in the lobby talking about, what are you doing?
Right. And he already told her she can't be on her phone.
Right.
You
And it
know.
was, that whole thing was just crazy to me. They whispering, like, why don't y'all take this outside the lobby? But
Or something. Then he's saying, I want you to look out for Hayden.
mm-hmm.
You know.
I don't trust him. And when she said, why the F would you do that? That took me out. Because
I
why
know.
see your boss like that?
Hmm.
But that was a good. She was asking good questions. It was like it's real convenient that you come back and try to be the savior. Like, did you
Right.
do it at this point? Like,
Right. Amidst everything that was happening, he becomes and just pops up,
mm-hmm.
to save the day.
Right. And I don't know what it is with Tyler obsession.
To save the day.
Yeah, like what is his obsession with that? Like black women has to be saved. Like, what is up with that?
I
But
don't know if it's that or if he was just reinduced because something else is going on.
I mean, cause he did it with Danny too.
Robin did it with Danny.
Danny's boyfriend.
Oh, now
Cause
he
it's
should have
like,
had a conversation with her before he even signed her up for that program.
yeah, like it was just weird the whole thing. But before we get to Danny, I'm gonna talk about Hayden. Hayden
Uh,
couldn't wait to see Fatima, and when he called her my employee, I ain't gonna hold you. That took me out.
I know.
Why you playing with her like that?
Oh,
But
he couldn't wait to rub that in her face.
yes, he's so childish.
Hmm.
He is so childish. But I don't know. With the whole Danny thing, this is my thing. I agree with you. He should have had a conversation with her prior, and you can tell that Danny's not that type of woman who wants to move up in that direction. Now, that's not
Mm-hmm.
saying she don't want to move up in life, but that's technically not what she want to do. You could tell that's something you kind of want, and it's not really what she wants. And so then it would question her in the sense of like, okay, this is what you looking for. Am I the woman that you want? Cause that's not what I'm trying to do. Not
Yeah, they
saying that
definitely.
it's her job to prove anything to him. It's just a question. Like, since you brought that up, what do you have in mind for your wife, or the woman that you want in your life type?
Right, and he may want, and there's nothing wrong with that. He may want somebody that's a boss, that's a go getter.
Mm-hmm.
Danny, she probably stagnant. She probably been in that position for so long. She may not even know what she want to do because I mean, a lot of people are like that. You get in a position for so long,
And she
you
just
know it. You pretty much satisfied with it. You're not trying to do no more than what's expected of you. Like she said, she want to go home. She's not trying to have her weekends or her nights tied up. You
mm,
know, so
yeah. Yeah, every moving up ain't important to everybody. It just depends on what you want out of life. So,
right. I mean, sometimes your life is just set around the position that you have.
mm,
And that's okay. I mean, if that's what you want, but like I said, she may want to move up, but she just may not want to know what her next step is, or she just may be content.
yeah, yeah, that definitely should have been a conversation. Don't be setting stuff up for me.
I know.
Um, and then Sabrina, that's when we get into Sabrina. She kind of talk about how hard it is for her, pretty much having to change herself and who she is to fit a role. And
Hmm.
how it's draining, and like she just feel like she just has to take, and it's like, what do I get from this? Like nothing. That's pretty much.
Right.
Don't feel like she's getting what she's putting out at job.
Hmm.
So and that's the typical black woman story in corporate America. Like, baby, they look for you to solve the problem, child, but you might not necessarily get the credit that you deserve. So
Yeah, you just get more work piled up on you.
right, or a pizza party.
Right. Unless you get out of that department or whatever that you're in and, go somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
But
But I
I'm
see
glad
a lot of
Sabrina.
women.
Uh-huh.
But I see a lot of women just not taking that role on anymore. And
Hmm.
honestly, I don't feel like you should have to. Like, to take on the role of doing it, stressing yourself out for a job. Like, I just don't think you should have to do that. Period.
No, you don't. But then every job is different. Some jobs they may require you, and you may feel like, well, you just can't turn it down. Like I had one of my employees. She was doing more work than what was expected because she thought that she was going to get a promotion. But at my job, they're like steps.
Mm-hmm.
So she thought she was doing all this work just to get to a certain grade, but her grade level that she's at is so low that there was just no way that she was going to accomplish that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to go step by step by step by step.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was so upset when she had her discussion with her, supervisor, because she was like, I did all this work for nothing. And I knew they were using her because I was thinking to myself, this girl is not going to get one of those positions because she's not at you got to be at a certain level for 52 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it would take her a couple of years, to establish that. But yeah, she was doing all this work and now she's let down. I mean, I don't know if she's going to continue to do over and above, or she may, just be like a lot of people. Like, look, I'm gonna do my job.
But that's the thing, though. Sabrina got the promotion, and she still
Yes.
feels like that. So I think it's
Mm-hmm.
more than just the job itself. It's just about self respect. at the end of the day, you're still a human being, and I understand data and quota got to be set, but nobody wants to feel like, oh, what am I trying to say?
I don't know. Maybe
Nobody
it
wants
may
to
be
wake up
time for
and feel
Sabrina to
like,
move. It may be time for Sabrina to move on. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
Maybe she's not fulfilled at this position that she has.
I think it's the lady that keeps coming back. I think she's the one that's making it harder for her. It's
Well,
the undertone
Sabrina.
racism, the undertone
Hmm.
condescending voice that corporate America does. Like just listening to them in a meeting is just exhausting. Um, so she just don't know how to really navigate because she puts on. That's why you need to stop putting on.
Well, she didn't put on tonight.
Yourself.
She didn't put on tonight. She told that lady where to go, how to get there,
That's what I
and
mean.
if she got confused,
Yeah.
normally Sabrina would just kind of like back down, but no,
Mhm.
tonight,
And that's what I'm
no,
saying. No, it shouldn't even have to get to that point. Like that's
no,
it should you should be moving in general. Like
it
just because
shouldn't
you
have to get to that
own,
point. But you're
yeah.
working with people, and
Mhm.
certain people have certain feelings. Certain people have superior feelings,
Right.
and they're not afraid to voice those opinions until you let them know where you stand, and then that's the end of it. Now, for TV purposes,
Mhm.
and maybe in some other cases, because I know I've had to do that,
Yeah,
and
like
that was the end of it.
corporate America, like that's something that you have to do that. It's not a oh maybe they'll stop, oh maybe they'll know. Like you have to check these people or they gonna keep playing with you. And I get
Hmm.
like you wanna be stay in the corporate lines and all of that, but no, like it's reality. What it is, like you really have to check people for people to leave you alone or they gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, you do it, and you really have to do it at the first inception,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how it continues.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, you ain't got to curse a person now. You ain't got to snatch them by the head or nothing like that. You just let them know in no uncertain terms. I'm not accepting this.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, you have to get them together because other than that, they're gonna keep playing with you.
And it not necessarily doesn't even have to be a person of another race. It can be a person of the same race
Mm-hmm.
that you have to get together.
Yeah.
It can be a person of the opposite sex that you have to get together.
Yeah.
That you have to gather and let them know this is not what you thought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it happens,
It definitely does.
but hopefully this lady
It
will
definitely
let it
does.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Now she may set her sights on Maurice because he's a complete fool, hiding up under the desk and doing all that crazy stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
hopefully with Sabrina, she'll be more cautious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Rooster Riches ended up taking a girl Edges out, and she was very upset. She told Karen, "Y'all can either pay me $400,000 or I'm gonna see you in court."
400,000.
Now, honestly, I feel like her assistant should take care of the $400,000 and not her because it's your brand, and that's why you got to be careful when you tie yourself to certain brands because she's definitely a liability to that salon.
Oh yeah, that's definitely on her. But Karen may share some of the blame because it's inside of her salon as well.
Yeah, for
So it's
sure.
kind of like, you co-signing it, but $400, 400,000, I don't see that.
No, she might get 20.
With $20.
Right. But she can't get no 400. Not for no edges. Like you ain't
Right.
fix no real hair. Like edges, I think you can grow them back. So
Mm,
I don't know.
possibly.
Lost my ears. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. And then the last thing I really had was Andy better than me because I would have walked off as soon as he started season. I would have been in the parking lot. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't care nothing about this.
Well, remember, Robin told her she got to keep up that facade of being the loving, doting
And she could have in the
fiance.
hallway.
No, she got to play her role.
She very much should have kept that in the hallway because now she's gonna be to blame for that. I wouldn't go nowhere near him because anything that happened, they already looking at you as a suspect. I would have been in the hallway with the cameras.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Like I
Uh-huh.
here just in case. See how that happened?
Right. Okay.
That's why I said as soon as he started season, I would have been in the parking lot because they already gonna blame you for it. So,
I wonder if they have cameras because remember someone went in and they shot him with the syringe.
that's the thing. And they could. That's probably why he put the syringe back when he left out the door. Because he just opened the door and walked out. So I don't know, but I know hospital have hallway cameras. So
That's what I'm saying.
she should have stayed right in that hallway, like, and that'll really show support. I'm talking about she should have been up in there putting on a show in that hallway, like.
Come on, nurse, doctor.
Literally, like acting a fool. She should be acting a fool in that hallway. But yeah, I don't. She shouldn't go nowhere near him anymore. Like that's too much. But
I don't know. All I know is they're probably going to solve this before Karen had that baby.
Bruh, let me tell you something. If they end this season and that girl don't have them kids, I'm not getting nothing else from me. Like,
okay.
that is crazy.
It's just taking too long. He doesn't know how to advance a story. I mean, come on, Tyler.
Like
or whoever.
push it through. Like next week we still gonna be in the hospital.
Right.
Next week, Danny and that man still gonna be standing in that same spot having that conversation. Like
that same conversation. Zach probably just now leaving out the building.
Right, he been in the lobby all this time.
Okay.
Like, oh my gosh, y'all have to advance the show.
Right.
It's the show. But okay, y'all. So, is there anything else you want to say on Sistas or?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, I want to see some advancement on this show.
Yeah, we need to see some increase, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Storylines. So the next thing I really want to get into is Jim Jones. So the story is Jim Jones left with Chrissy, right?
Chrissy Lampton. Lampkin.
Okay. Chrissy Lampton and went with Brooke. But Jim Jones posted a video saying he showed a water bottle and he was like, y'all need to drink y'all water. So, and then you heard Chrissy in the back. So I think both of them is telling us like that story is not true. Y'all need to go mind y'all business. Mind y'all business. We're gonna drink some water.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't believe that either. A lot of people are reporting on it, but I couldn't, I couldn't see it. I mean, unfortunately, they dragged Chrissy. From the comments that I saw, they were dragging her, telling her, saying stuff like, she gave him her best life, and she was a fool for being letting him, be with her for that length of time. But hey, she may stay another 30 years with him unmarried.
Well, she is.
If she choose to.
That man gonna sit beside him like Rashida. She don't care.
But I guess it caused some pep in their relationship because it's like, what? You went and married who?
Yeah, because we all seen them. Like, if you watch Love and Hip Hop in the very, very beginning, season 1, it was based just on Jim Jones. That was the first season. It was just about his life and his storyline. Then they brought more people in there. So it's like, we've been seeing them since I was a kid. And then you come up and you say, what?
I know. And then
been getting cheated on since I was a kid. It's true.
she proposed to him, and
yeah, real cringy.
he's talking about he couldn't find a ring. It was something, he couldn't find a ring, and I think he supposedly proposed to her, but then at that time she didn't want to get married,
He
and
was over it, yeah.
had to deal with his mom and all her drama, and
And I think just 2 years ago, her and the mom just got cool. Ain't nowhere.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a
a
whole lot to
year.
deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So the next story is Halle and DDG. Let's get into it. So DDG did a stream with Casanet, and Halle wrote a tweet saying, should I go ahead and get the tweet? Let me just sum it up. She pretty much said, I left over the weekend. I did not know that my son was a part of the stream. I wish I would have known that, etc., etc. So a lot of people started eating Halle up like, girl, we already seen your son. What is the difference if he's on a live with you 1,000 people than on a stream? So after that incident happened, the actual stream comes out, right? And so we see DDG with his son and Casanet stream, and it looks like they're in like a haunted house type of deal. You hear a man yelling for help. You hear a bunch of screaming, and even DDG is nervous. And DDG like, "Hey, bro, I got my son, and if y'all need to see it, I got a video of it on my page, but." He's like, yo, I got my son with me. Like, I gotta go. And Casanet, like, go upstairs. So my thought was maybe that's why she wanted to be informed and know, like, where her child was gonna be, what type of stream. Because we know Casanet, he's done streams with kids, but they're like 7 or 8, so they can like play around and joke, run around. DDG, baby, Halo is just a baby. But the good thing out of this entire story is that DDG did have Halle back in the public. He did say, y'all do not want y'all to disrespect her. Us being into it right now is not going to be beneficial to our co-parenting situation. Like, we're both happy. We're both doing good. There's no need, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy about that, but I do agree with Halle in the sense of, you could have let me know.
Yeah, I'm not really into Halle and DDG, so I can't really comment on a relationship or anything. But as long as the baby is not in danger and you trust him enough to take your child,
And that was everybody's first thought until we see the stream and seeing that they was in a haunted house with people screaming, glass breaking. DDG was scared. It just didn't look good. Like, DDG should have been informed so he knew on this part of the stream, I can't take my son type thing. So, like, but she ended up apologizing, and she was like, I don't know if I mentioned that part, but she did apologize and say, y'all might have done too much. I'm dealing with postpartum. And I like DDG's response in the sense of he was saying, she's dealing with something that I don't have to go through as a man, so I'm never going to judge her. So,
that was good.
Yeah, he talked highly of her, He didn't say nothing bad. Like, he respected it. He was like, this is just something that we just got to go through. It's fine. Like, I got tough skin. I'm not worried about it. Like, it's cool. Like, everybody just respects her and her time. So I like that. Okay, so the next thing is Sister Act 3.
Sorry about that.
Like, you did it about folks. Sister Act 3. Now, I'm only bringing this up because I watched Sister Act 2. That was my movie, okay?
I know. I did like that, too.
Man. And they coming out with a Sister Act 3, but Maggie, I didn't know Maggie passed away. I mean, she passed away at 89. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't know she passed away. That was the white lady with her.
The slim white lady or the other white lady?
The other one.
The one that was
not the heavyset one, not the young one, the other one.
The older lady.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
She passed away. So Whoopi Goldberg said they gotta do some rearrangements for her part, but they, and I will watch it. I will watch it because I enjoyed the reunion. I
Yeah,
think
that reunion was really good. I enjoyed it too.
yes, like I appreciate that reunion for sure.
But it's crazy how, I mean, I would have liked to see Lauren Hill, but she didn't show up.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Lauren Hill too, but the person who sung her part, that's all that was needed. I ain't gonna hold you. And
Okay.
she don't look nothing like she did. Well, of course you don't look the same, but you at least have
Right.
similarities. She don't look nothing like that. Like how she was when she was younger.
Hmm.
But I can't. I can't with the bowl. So the next one is Love and Marriage. I can't do it. I can't. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Oh my God. Go ahead, take it away. What's the
Love
synopsis?
and Mary's Huntsville is pulling the Tyler Perry. We need to advance this show. They are still on the girls' trip.
Okay.
Still talking about the same stuff. This
Not the
malarkey.
timeline.
Huh?
I said not the timeline.
Yeah, I mean, they're still getting it, kind of like backpedaling on well, with this part here, what stood out to me, Destiny apologized. She apologized to Mill. They had a conversation. She was saying, "Well, I heard that you said that I was sleeping with your ex. I promise you, it's an H to the no. I'm not sleeping with him." And then she was telling Mill that this Mill had put out that Destiny is a liar, which she is, in my opinion. Um, and that statement has stuck with her. It's been hard for her to get business. Okay, girl, stuff like that. So Mel said, "Okay, well, what stuck with me was you saying that you know where all my bones are hitting." And so Destiny is like, "Well, let me finish talking because I can understand you, but it's like you act like you can't understand me." And so Mel had asked her, she said, "Well, let me ask you this." She said, "Where did you get that my mom was pimping you?" Because when Destiny had a beauty supply store, she had what they call the launch. She kept relaunching it. Unfortunately, it didn't go anywhere.
Mhm.
So at the launch, as Mel and her mom was walking out the store, Destiny had an attitude that whole day. If you're having a relaunch for your business or opening for your business, you're supposed to be happy, pleasant. You're supposed to be greeting people. This girl stayed in the funk the whole day. Um, so when Mel came in, Mel spoke to her. Destiny didn't speak. So when Mel and her mom was exiting out, Destiny had said something. So Mel mom said, "Destiny, you need to something in the sense of you need to control yourself, especially if you want your business to grow." And
Right.
so Destiny made a comment saying, you need to stop pimping your daughter. So Mel asked her, she said, "Well, why would you say my mother was pimping me? Where did you get that from?" So Destiny, she was like, "Well, I apologize to your mom, and I'm just apologizing." Like she couldn't really come up with the words to tell her why she did it, which in my opinion, I believe Mel X told her to say that or told her that. So
Makes sense.
Destiny was like, I just want to apologize. But then Destiny goes to her confessional saying, "I stand by what I say." Her mom, nobody ever checks Mel, and her mom is her biggest supporter, and she never checks her or anything, which is really not true. Um, so she was like, "I stand on what I said." But why you apologizing in her face, and then in your confessional, it's like I said it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Mel said, "You know what? We're going to talk later." So they were leaving, and she cornered, Sonny, and she asked Sonny, can she talk to her? And they had a conversation, and Sonny was saying, you know, I never wanted to hurt you. I never wanted my happiness to, you know, be a part of your sadness or whatever. And then Destiny like, well, I can't tell that, you know. Destiny was like, you was acting like we wasn't friends. Because remember, Sonny was like, Destiny, I was never your friend. And so Sonny was like, well, we was cool. I don't hate you, you know, we're cool, you know. And she was like, well, no, we used to talk on the phone. We used to FaceTime. And she was like,
They were friends.
I can just say, you know, we're cool, you know.
She just
So,
downplaying it now.
huh?
So they were friends. She's just downplaying it now to make her look bad.
So, Shanita and Tisha get into it again. The lady that was calling Tisha the op. So Shanita was walking away because they had cut a part. There was another part that they had showed previous, but they cut that part. But Shanita was walking away, and Kimmy was saying to her, well, you know, if you keep saying that, it's gonna make a person feel away. And you know, Letitia was like, I ain't the 1, the 2, and the 3. And Shanita was like, tell that girl don't walk up on me, you know. So like later on, they kind of like squashed it. Shanita apologized. She was like, I do apologize, you know, for calling you the op. She claimed that it was just a joke. And you know, Letitia apologized too. She was like, you know, well, I should have told you up front when you first said it that I didn't appreciate it. So I apologize about that. You know, so they all had like a little kumbaya moment. Like I said, then Mel was going to her room or somewhere, and Destiny looks at her and tells her, you know, she's sorry and that she loved her. And Mel gives her a hug, and
it was a bunch of kumbayas.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. And then, like later on, when they had dinner, Stormy was sitting next to Mel, and Destiny was like, "Well, who's sitting in my seat?" So Stormy was like, "Oh," so Stormy got up, and then Destiny sat next to Mel, and it was like everybody was looking like, "Why she all running for that seat?"
Right.
You know. So.
Okay. And it's a real OG watcher, y'all. I'm gonna make sure I get into him.
But the crazy part is, when they were talking, Mel said to Destiny, she said, "I appreciate you bringing those receipts or whatever." And she was like, "How can you move forward?" And Destiny was like, if they go back to St. Louis. Now we find out Carlos King was on the show with DJ Richie Sky, and he said Destiny knew they were coming on the show. This was the reason why Destiny came on. She signed on it. Sonny and Moses signed on it. So she got on this show acting like it was a surprise. When all along, this is the whole reason why you got on the show, because you have no storyline. Carlos aired her out. Sonny even aired her out.
Interesting.
So, and then all the apologizing and stuff. I love you, and she even hit Mel on her butt. That she did. She got back on her podcast, blasting Mel. So that's why I said when she was like, well, "You got me out here looking like I'm a liar," and I'm like, okay, it's proven, in my opinion, from what I've seen on the show, and off the show, that you're not an honest person at all.
Maybe that's why
huh?
So maybe that's why he liked both of them, because both of them just be lying.
Who, Sonny and Destiny?
Yeah, both of them.
Well, Carlos King like mess, like he said. That's why he does that messy Monday and all that other stuff. He likes mess. Whoever gonna bring him mess, that's what he want to see.
So, from a new watcher, could it be that the only way for her to get back on the show was to use that storyline, but she still wants both of them to leave to go to St. Louis?
Well, if they let her go to St. Louis, she has no storyline.
This is true.
They have to be on that show
for her to be on the show. Okay.
For her to be on the show. and for her to act like she's so hurt
Mm-hmm.
that they're in a relationship. When she was on another podcast saying that it was over for over a year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
You made a point.
and then her other thing is to get back at Mel to say whatever, in my opinion, to
Mm-hmm.
say whatever Martell can't say. That's what Destiny gonna say. Destiny has become his mouthpiece, in my opinion.
Mm. Okay.
So
That's a messed up position to be in.
that is a messed up position to be in. You have absolutely nothing, and you're just a puppet for everybody.
Yeah, go in. Oh, Mellow Peter. Oh,
That is a mess up.
wee.
But she do it with her chest though.
Mm-hmm.
She do it with her chest.
Yeah, Destiny. We can't be letting men out here use us like that.
And so on the upcoming season, on the upcoming episode or whatever, no, another thing at the dinner, they're blaming Melody's fans for a lot of their businesses.
Now, let's go ahead and get into that. When it comes to a person and their fans, they are not responsible for what comes out of their fans' mouths. They're not responsible for what their fans do. Just because they represent them don't mean that they will agree with every single action. So you can't put that, like, it's not like, now if Mel was telling people unprovoked, let me be very clear, unprovoked to just go mess with him. Everybody go block his stuff, everybody go report him, everybody go so and so. Then I can understand because it's like dead. But I mean, if she's protecting herself and her brand and her business, and showing receipts, and her mellow meters is taking those receipts, and they finding more receipts, that's not on her.
So
It's not on her because they
this
try
is
to
what
say the thing about other people, like.
this is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mel have so many fans, and the other cast, even Carlos, don't have as many. And Mel is so heavily protected by her fans. To me, it just seemed like all of this blaming her fans is just a way for the other people that may want to work with her, make it seem like she's difficult to work with. Carlos said on his show, Tiffany left because of Melody's fans. If you watch the show, Tiffany left because she had a baby by her husband that he didn't want. She had the baby anyway. They had issues. He even wanted her off the show. This is on the show. She also left because she had postpartum. At the reunion, Kimmy said, "You know what? We should have checked on you more." Had nothing to do with Melody's fans. He also claimed Dr. Heavenly left Messy Monday because of Melody fans. Dr. Heavenly said out her own mouth that Daddy didn't want her doing it, and that she was going to get in trouble from somebody else. Could have been, Bravo, whoever, I don't know. She's also said on another occasion that she didn't want to do it because she didn't want to break up marriages. But not, and which has nothing to do with Melody's fans. Stormy, in my opinion, and based on what I've seen off the show, she had customers complaining about not getting their orders before she stepped on the platform. Tisha, who also claimed that it was, Melody's fans are calling her, they had tax issues and they had issues with the surrounding businesses. It had nothing to do with Melody's fans. Now, one lady who lives out in Huntsville, she did go to Stormy. She had been looking for Stormy's warehouse because what she does is she debunks a lot of this, a lot of the stuff that people say on the show. Like for example, the Scots, one they call them 1.0, Tisha and her husband. They claim they're building all of these hotels. She went and she debunked that. She goes on site, you know, and we get the truth. That's what she does. There's a guy who absolutely hates Mel with every part of his body. His show, I don't even listen to him no more. I used to listen to him, I used to like him. But his show is based on the hate that he has for her. He used to call one of the castmates' mother and play you know, play tricks on her. He's called people's attorneys. He when Destiny and her husband was going through the divorce, and the husband was trying to sell the home, but Destiny was still living in the home.
Mm-hmm.
He went to her home and videotaped every part of her home, even personal stuff. So, in my opinion, blaming Mel's fans for everything is just a failed ploy to try to make people think that she's difficult and her followers are difficult to make it hard for people to want to work with her. That's my opinion, based on what I've seen on the show.
Yeah, you can't blame people fans for what fans do.
That's what I'm
You can't
saying.
with
That's
nobody
it.
in any situation though.
That's if they're doing it though. That's what I'm saying.
But even if they are, you
Right.
still
Even if
hurt
they
for
are, that you can't blame them.
right. That's
But
fine. So
even a newcomer,
either way, like that's what fans do. Like nobody has no control over another adult.
not at all.
So what y'all want her to do? Drop off at their house, have a conversation with them? Like that's
They
different.
probably want her because they were sitting at the table talking about like Neil had brought up. She was like, well, she can't denounce her fans because she'll lose her money, and she don't want to lose her money, And it was like, well, she can say something. Then Stormy was like, she was naming up all these people like I don't know if Beyonce came out and said something, or Taylor Smith may have came out and said something, to people that was doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
But she was asking them for proof, and it was like, well, they say they are. It's like, who's calling? So, like Stormy said, one of Mel fans called Target and said, y'all need to take her stuff off the shelf because she don't like Mel. Stop playing.
Yeah, I just have a mindset of whatever the fans do, you can't put that on the actual person. That's crazy.
No, but I mean, come on now. Somebody from Target
Even if
actually
they are.
called you and said, but I'm saying somebody from Target actually called you and said ABCD.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make this unbelievable to me. Just like one of the newbies, he got on his lab ranting and raving. Like Trish is married. As far as we know, she's still married, but she's been dating a guy for some years. So the guy went online going off on the husband, Trish's husband, talking about how he was a deadbeat. So it didn't go as well as he planned. Everybody turned on him, like this is Trish issue, you know, you doing too much, whatever. So then he started talking about Melody's fans. Melody ain't got nothing to do with Trisha, you, or your husband. And then he started talking about the millimeters. Talking about they do too much. Ain't had nothing to do with your conversation. That's why I say this is some BS. That's why I say this. They have an ulterior motive with this.
Mm-hmm.
He should have just kept it at his conversation, the three of them. But when he brought them in, I'm like, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my 2 cents, in my opinion.
I had that on your chest.
Get that off my chest.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I ain't hear nothing wrong from what you said, so. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna make sure I'm tuned in so I can add more feedback to this. But yeah, this was a good live, y'all. We're gonna be adding more topics like today and just more more information as we go along. Yeah. Any last words?
That's it. You all are more than welcome to give us your view, whether you agree or disagree. Just be respectful. If we missed out on something, let us know. If there's something that you want to talk about, let us know. And most importantly, please like, share, and subscribe.
Absolutely. And do something for yourself small today. I know the day is almost ending, but some small as always. And we will see you next Thursday, y'all. And if you're watching this right, type in replay gang so we know that you're there. See y'all next Thursday.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. You all have a great day.
Bye, y'all.